YMYL type of company, what are the main factors you look at for establishing authority aside from author pieces? Since they are YMYL, what does YMYL mean? Your money or your life? Since they are a your money, your life type of company, what are the main factors you look at for establishing authority aside from author pieces? For establishing authority. So the first thing that I would consider with that is, let's go look at their about page. Our approach, our team. So someone asked in chat, since they are a your money, your life type of company, what are the main factors you look at for establishing authority aside from author pieces? So I'm first going to touch a little bit more about author pieces, and then I will move into what else I think about that they do. So the first thing is on their site for their about page or their our team page, what I would clearly have on here is images of the staff, who currently works there, what is their education, what do they know about, right? I would very clearly and distinctly build out these pages. Get multiple images of them and their staff members, rather individual staff members, right? When you go to do this, you don't have to have it to where it's displayed like this, right? As an example, what you can do is what I've done here on this site, on your about team or your about page or your individual members, when you click this behind this image, so unless this is clicked, no one knows about it, but Google can see it in the code. I have clear information more about my team members, about the people that are working for my company, right? So I would clearly do this here. I would have it more hidden, kind of like an FAQ accordion, right? An example of this is, I don't have it on the site, but an example would be in the accordion, once clicked, then there's a drop down with more text about this person. I would also have some sameAs links in the schema. So in the schema, what you're going to want to do is you're going to list off your individual team members, the people that are working for your company, clearly distinctly put their name. Then in the sameAs, you're going to want to link to their social profiles. So I would assume for a CPA, they're more likely to have their links to their LinkedIn, to their Twitter, their Facebook, what have you. Also, in the schema, you're going to want to put alumniOf. So what that does is it tells Google in the schema JSON-LD, right? They've graduated from this school with this degree, this location, this year. Description, you're going to talk way more about them, right? We're basically trying to build out an entity card about this person. Who are they, what they do, what do they know about? Then also, you can link to outside sources like Wikipedia, right? So what you could easily do is you can start linking to Wikipedia URLs. What you're going to do is knowsAbout schema. In your knowsAbout schema, you're going to clearly link to these other URLs, these other sources of information, these other entities that Google is aware of. You're also going to want to take some time and to find the Google Knowledge Graph IDs or the freebase IDs that are also tied to these rather like knowledge graph links, or basically these codes that when you link to them, Google then knows, okay, so they know about this links to this knowledge graph node that we're aware of and we have all of our own information about. As an example, just basically think about linking to this. You're linking to a Wikipedia article, right? Google knows all of this information already, and so we are making this relevant to that person, saying that they know about that, right? So then what else are we going to do? There's another way to get to the Wikidata. I'll just Google it. Wikidata CPA. So this is another link. This is another source of information, source of relevance, right? That you can use to link at in the schema, and a majority of the times you can find the Google Knowledge Graph ID right here. You see this? So this is something else you would want to link to. When you link to it, you do not want to just link to this. You want to link to the URL. So notice when I click it, it takes me to /search ? And then it puts the Google Knowledge Graph ID equals whatever have you, right? And you can see that when I click this link, I'm taken to this Google page. You can even see in the AI overview, Google already knows a ton of information about this, right? So that's something else I would do.